Hi guys, and welcome to my page. My name is Chance. Today we are going to start our first series and hop right into franchise mode. If you want to see a series dedicated to tutorial walkthroughs and gameplay, definitely comment down below. So without further ado, let's hop straight into franchise gameplay.
Welcome! Hopping straight into it, we need to start with a staff area before we even think about buying any animals. So let's get a keeper's hut. And then a research hut. Also a workshop and trade center so we can buy animals. Now for the bigger buildings. And I want to create kind of like a cul-de-sac or roundabout, so putting in the quarantine. Then a vet building, and lastly a staff building. We also need a path so staff can access these buildings. So as you can see, I put the path down, but it wasn't connecting to the buildings. So I took that out and put a little path on each door before connecting them all together. It still took a little bit of playing around with the controls, but eventually I got it to connect. After connecting that path to the entrance, I wanted to look through and see what path styles we have to choose from. I like this gray stone. Then I was trying to change the floors in the entrance, but it wasn't letting me. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any tricks to being able to edit the entrance in franchise.
So here I'm extending the path so we will have something to start building off of. But I decided I didn't like the way the staff path was connecting to the entrance, so I deleted it and made it a little bit neater. Then we're going to hire our staff, so a caretaker, keeper, mechanic, security, vendor, vet, and lastly an educator, which we probably don't need yet since we have no animals. But let's go with it for now. We could always fire them later if we need to cut costs. Now, I think I want to start with exhibits because they are cheap for one, but also I think it's a good placement for them, so people will see them before even getting to the animals. I was going to do a big walkthroughs exhibit, but then I realized we are still waiting on a lot of DLCs, so we don't have any of the animals that I would normally put in here. At this point, I didn't really have a plan for this area since the walkthrough didn't work, so I put out some trash cans and security cameras. You will notice I use these cameras a lot through this zoo, because I just love the cinematic views and angles of them, so you will see a lot of these and habitat cameras. Next, I put in a transformer that eventually we take out, because I realize I don't need it. Because the entrance generates power, but we do put in a temperature regulator and a water treatment. So instead of exhibits first, I decided to put some food and drink buildings for guests right at the front entrance. We put in a gulpy, a chief beef, I thought about a Bernie's Bakes, but we didn't do that because I wanted to leave space for more concessions. So instead, we did an info booth and a loony balloons. At this point, we are running very low on funds, so I decided to add the paths while we let the money hopefully build up a little. Also, going and seeing where I could cut costs to save a little more money. So we lowered everyone's salary that we could. Without them getting angry, we also set up our first work zone, which is going to be North America. Putting in all the concessions and staff buildings. This is also where I deleted that transformer, because I realized I didn't need it. And we also fired our security to cut costs. We don't need him yet, as there is no guests. While we are still waiting for money to build, I decided it was a good time to start researching some stuff. Now we're just looking over everything to make sure it's looking good and trying to make sure we are actually making money. Which I quickly realized was not happening, so we went ahead and took out a $20,000 loan so we could get this park up and running. This is when I quickly bought 4 exhibits so we could get some animals and get money coming in. You can see me scrolling back and forth looking for axolotls until I realized we do not have them yet on console. Then, of course, I forgot to read the Zoopedia and accidentally bought Goliath frogs instead of American bullfrogs, but I don't even realize it until later, after I put them in an exhibit. So in the next episode, you will see me take them out and replace them for a North American species since these frogs are from Africa. Then I start fidgeting with the paths again, which we struggle with for a while, but eventually we get it. Console paths are still a little wonky. Then, finally, here we get the path to connect right here. And then, as you can see here, I haven't even noticed, the frogs still aren't the right ones. Come back next time so you can see what animals we put in these exhibits to get money coming in our zoo. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be in the loop for all my upcoming videos.